what's some tips you give a woman to create that positive space for their man? What were we talking about? I'm trying to think what we were talking about.
Positive space.
I don't know what you. The space. I can share some. Well, I think the tips is just knowing that, because I know there's some women that may be who are super affectionate and they are clingy or whatever the case may be. And if your man needs that space, they need time alone. They're an introvert or they're an ambivert and they need time to recharge. Like, you would just have to understand that and not be. Like, I know for me, I'm an ambivert for sure. And when I'm dealing with a lady who is super clingy, always wants to be on the phone, always wants to be physically like attached to the hip, I try to let her know, like, hey, I am going to be either annoyed or bothered if you continue to want to be around me when I don't want to be around anybody at all. And it's nothing personal, but that's usually where the disconnection happens, is because they don't understand that it has nothing to do with them. It just has something to do with their energy at the moment in time. Right. I need my space. Please grant it to me. I promise I'll come back and give you what you need. But that also comes into, like, sometimes they're just being selfish and they're like, no, I want you now, or I want your attention now, or whatever it could be, and not having that understanding. So I think just the communication of that prior to anything is the best tip I can give. Like, communication skills, active listening, like listening to him when he's saying, hey, can I please just get some time? It's nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. As cliche as that sounds, but it really be that. Like, at least for my case, for sure. Like, it has nothing to do with a girl. I'm overwhelmed in my head. I just need to go on a beach, or I need to go somewhere dolo, clear my mind, clear my mindset. And when I come back, I got you. But at this moment in time, please. And then it's where the aggravation happens, is just like the woman just don't understand it, or just want to be whatever. So.
Yeah, bro. I'm in total agreement with the active listening part. Ladies, a lot of y'all don't really listen to understand. Y'all just listen to respond. And I think that's one of the biggest issues, because y'all don't really go into the conversation with the idea of, let me figure out what this man feels or what he needs so we can come to a solution. You more so go into let me hear what he got to say so I can be ready to combat that shit and have a rebuttal and tell him why my way is the better way, or he wrong, or I'm wrong, or I'm right, whatever. So, yeah, I think active listening and then applying what the fuck you just listened to is super important too, because a lot of y'all may even listen, but you ain't gonna apply none of that shit the following day, which makes the conversation null and void at that point anyway. So, yes, I agree. Active listening and providing a safe and secure environment where bro is comfortable enough to express himself. Like ladies, it ain't always your words, it's your body language, it's the rolling the eyes, it's the deep breaths, it's the huffing and puffing, it's the facial expression. So a lot of these things, like, this is why I say, y'all, love languages and understanding your partner. Like, if you don't get nothing I'm saying, right? Understanding your partner is not a you thing. That's you being intentional about understanding your partner. Not saying, like, partner, well, I see it this way, and I think this is what happiness is, and this how you should do this, because this is no, you're understanding your partner, not reiterating your level of understanding of what the fuck you want from the conversation. You claim you wanted to understand your partner. So in that case, you don't fucking question everything that he says and force him to break this down, or force him to make it sound good in your terms. You just actively listen, and you respect and understand his perspective and where he stands, and then from that point, y'all mesh y'all perspectives and see how it can work for y'all collectively. But yes, sis, you're not raising a slave, and a motherfucker is not terrible because they don't see life the way in which you do. They're allowed to see it from their perspective, and they're allowed to be like, no, I don't like burgers with fries. I don't want ketchup. I don't want to go to church today. I don't think I'm less romantic because I won't watch The Notebook. Like, he's allowed to think for himself. Otherwise, just get a vibrator, because they'll do whatever the fuck you want them to do and won't say nothing back. everything about sports, you know everything about music, fucking what weed is popping, what's designer, what's this and that, but you don't know shit about yourself. So a lot of you guys are just well-dressed vessels.